When If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears hit shelves in 1966, America was in the midst of a cultural collision. Folk was turning electric, California was sun drenched and stoned, and the British invasion was still very much underway. Enter the Mamas and the Papas, a vocal quartet who took the West Coast harmonies, East Coast folk sensibilities, and just the right amount of pop polish and bottled it into one of the most iconic debut albums of the era. The record wastes no time establishing its legacy. Monday Monday and California Dreamin' aren't just hits, they're time machines. The latter has been played so often, it risks being reduced to cliche. But if you listen closely, it still glimmers with melancholy, a homesick ode to warmth in a cold war. Denny Doherty's rich tenor soars, while Mama Cass's vocals glue everything together with velvet force. But the album goes deeper than its chart toppers. Straight Shooter is pure folk pop swagger. Go Where You Wanna Go shimmers with freedom seeking energy, and Somebody Groovy feels like a cheerful anthem for an impending summer of love. Meanwhile, their cover of Do You Wanna Dance takes the surf rock staple and injects it with layers of harmony so lush it sounds less like a party at the beach and more like a cosmic choir rehearsal. What really separates If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears from its contemporaries is the group's ability to blend joy and longing in equal measure. What really separates If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears from its contemporaries is the group's ability to blend joy and longing in equal measure. The Mamas and the Papas made California sound like a paradise, but always with the shadow on the horizon, whether it's the wistful ache of Got a Feeling or the way In Crowd exposes the loneliness hiding behind cool kid posturing. Historically, the album also sparked controversy, not for its music, but for its cover. Depending on which press you bought, you might have seen the band sitting in a bathtub with a strategically placed toilet in the background, deemed indecent by the mid 60s standards and covering up in later versions. But somehow that feels fitting. The Mamas and the Papas were subversive in their own sly, harmonious way. Nearly 60 years later, If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears still sounds like a postcard from the golden age of Laurel Canyon, before the utopian ideals of the 60s curdled into something darker. It's sunshine and shadows, optimism with a pinch of doubt, and proof that pop music can be as comforting as it is haunting. So this album is a landmark that helped define the sound of the 60s, equal parts dreamy escapism and bittersweet reality. Believe your ears, it's still magical. So if you haven't listened to this album, check it out. Let me know what you think.